Been waiting for this day. Man, if we could teach Ellie how to open these gates, that would be life-changing. Okay, so watch closely. Okay, you watching? Hey, you gotta watch. Hey, right here. Come on. There you go. Turn your head this way. Hey. Don't want to learn. She says pee on that idea. I may be a dog, but I ain't no gate bitch. It's like a new baby. Out over yonder. Dad's starting his morning regimen of phone calls.
Hello. Pepper.
Sounds pretty bad.
Somebody wasn't concerned about Brian getting out comfortably.
I guess you could have stayed in. Welcome to Sonne Farms. Heffa.
To go.
Uh-huh.
It's empty. There you go. Up, up, up.
So Jeff's got some feed left at his place, and we're starting to run low. All the cattle, or most of the cattle, are sold over at Jeff's place, so there's no need for that feed to be over there. It's kind of like a protein supplement. So that's why we moved the roto grind out of the way, and then Dad's gonna drive that over, pick that up, and dump it off here. So I guess I'm just waiting around here until a big shiny piece of equipment pulls up. Hip, 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 hip. There you go. There you go. Hello? Is there somebody in there? Ow! Freak me out. I've been thinking about getting the snowblower out of the way, putting it away, but I'm worried it's gonna like make it snow 2 feet the next day. Might just have to leave that there all summer. Holy shnikes. Ellie, look at that thing.
Breaker 19, how about you, rubber ducky? Come on. Here's Jeff's little house friend, Charlie, out. Hey, get back here where I can see you. Come here. How are you? He's such a friendly guy. Unless you take his food. Go for it. I just soon you put that bucket on, then I will. How big a boy are you? What's that? How big a boy are you? Pretty big. He's just going to take that post puller off and put the bucket on. Everything's hand control? Okay, that'll be different. That'll be different. That was kind of a rough start, but I'm getting it. That's all I got to say about that. Pretty nice little jag. Cleaned out pretty good. Now I'm going to take the skid loader, pick that up and put it in my green wagon inside so it doesn't get rained on. Looks like Cole's got a little project going on up in the yard too. It looks like he's got a tractor to run over there. My goodness. Or does he? Yeah. It's a quad. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm getting like my dad. I like the old stuff. Till it breaks down, then I like the new stuff at least.
Somebody pinched me. I think I need to change my shorts. So we got quite the unit sitting here. We're gonna end up adjusting the gang angle. It's right now at max. So we're gonna go right here because you can see this is really chopped up. And so we're gonna hit some of this quick before we switch the gang angle to what we want it in the field. I don't think I've ever even ridden a track machine before. Yeah, it's a little different. That's a lot of iron back there. Oh my gosh. So it looks like it's a 43.5 foot unit. When you set your guidance, do you set it at 43.5 or do you do it, how much overlap do you usually need?
A little under that. Obviously got to kind of get out and check it, but 6 to 12 inch overlap is pretty common.
come a long ways from the days of the hoe. Look how the angle can be adjusted so you can either throw more dirt or less.
So I'm gonna run this plenty once we get to the other field. We're just gonna get some sweet video of them taking out. Look at these ruts. And this is compacted, hard stuff. Got wet and dried, cattle walking through it, vehicles driving through it, heavy machinery. And so we're gonna get some video of them doing a little bit of tillage. Then we're gonna head to the other field and we're gonna run that thing. You can smell a little bit of moisture. I can't wait till they go through that stuff. I think if they tickle the fence, they'd be willing to fix it for us too. I know I'm not used to that width. I might hit a fence today. We are running a 9520 RX, pulling behind it a 43.5 foot 2660 John Deere VT. We got power, we got speed, and this is some fun stuff. All right, so let's see what it does here. This is the worst spot by far. Tore it down, definitely leveled it out, and then at the end of the day, if you're wanting to do minimum tillage, you just adjust that gang angle. We do have a chance for rain the next couple days, so that's exciting. Now be a bad time to tell you I've never driven a tractor before.
Yeah. What? I just take pictures and I don't actually drive. These are going to be the things that you have control of.
Okay.
On the fly. So this is your depth, the gang angle, the basket pressure, and then your fore-aft set point.
How it's doing real quick. We could maybe shoot it into the ground a little bit more. All right, we are going some stuff out. This thing's sweet. When you let off the clutch, it shifts for you. You're not just in, gear 14 and you're going. It starts you down, speeds you up. Yeah, we think we got it set. That is just a giant piece of a machinery. We're chucking dirt. We're about 2 inches deep. We've got a gang angle about 4 degrees. And we're just gonna do some good old tillage. I've never been in a 9RX before, and it is a smooth ride. This is fun. I'm having a good time. This true set setup, once you figure it out, it's pretty awesome. You can adjust your depth, your angle, your basket force, and the tilt, your fore and aft, all from in here. So you don't gotta run out. Of course, you gotta check how it's doing in the back, verify that it's doing a good job. Your ability to make changes from the cab, and not only that, you can chuck in some variable rate prescriptions in there. So if you're going through a field and you're like, oh, that's a hill, we don't need to hit that too hard, it drains a little better or something like that, you can just make it so it does it automatically throughout the field. Get your zones how you want them. That's just really awesome. And then not only that, doing it from the cab of a 9RX, it doesn't get much better than this, boys and girls. Smooth. Oh, I'm living like a king. Dad, we gotta buy us one of these. I'd sell my left kidney for this. I keep looking down and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get all the way over to there. We're gonna have some strips going. And then I look back, we got a giant machine. It just covers so much ground. Sam, the tillage man, was saying he would put this up against any other machine when it comes to sizing material. And if you look at those blades, they're aggressive, they're sharp, and they do a fantastic job looking out here. We're doing some minimum tillage, we're not getting too deep, and we don't have a big gang angle because we don't want to dry out the ground more than it is already. But I do like this machine, and I do like getting a bunch of acres done in a short amount of time. That looks a little wet. Woo. We're getting stuck. I didn't even know we still had that kind of moisture around here. Oofta. Get a little mud on the tears over there. We're going along here quite nicely. It's really smooth ride. It's nice. You know, like on that stuff, this is another field that we chiseled at the end. And so I was pretty bumpy in the 9230, our wheeled machine. But going out here, when I go over that with the track machine, it's just the suspension, and I'm guessing them bogies, how they can move those smaller wheels in there, and just how the track system moves. It's certainly nice. It is pretty wet on the end there, and I didn't bring water, so I'm getting a little thirsty every time I gotta look at that wet hole. But other than that, I'm having a great time. They're coming out later today to grab this. And actually, it won't be too long, so we're not going to finish the whole field with this unit. These are expensive rigs, so I certainly don't blame them. Also, the slappies are in at Farm Focused Sonne Farms section. Got some new merch in, so a lot of you have been asking for slappies. They're now in. Feel free to check that out. The link is below for Farm Focused. I actually got stuck right there with the 4-wheel drive last year. It was a lot wetter than it is now. Luckily, Dad was in the same field fertilizing, so he just pulled me out. If you're like me and you've never even been in the cab of one of these fancy 9RXs, we'll look through it here. Normal stuff like that. On your right hand, you got, oh, this thing has a PTO. Fancy. We also got our hydraulic SCVs, shifter. You have kind of two presets. You got road gear and then field gear. Right now we actually have that set to where I touch the bottom one when I'm ready to turn and it brings my speed down, and then I hit the top one to bring me back to the speed I want to go in the field. To be honest, I have no clue what these do. Looks like this is a diff lock. You got your throttle. This is for your sound and your temperature and your fan. And then it's got your built-in 4600 display. That's real nice. Doesn't get much better than that. Up here, more radio stuff. And then for these are so you can move your mirrors. Wiper? Windshield wiper? Oh, there's a side windshield wiper. What? Dear, they thought of it all. I didn't even know that was a thing. Man, that thing is just chucking dirt. Slicing, dicing, sizing, throwing. Might get caught just looking this way and run through the fence that way. Another cool thing about this unit is so this #1 hydraulic that picks us up and it puts us down. And they have it so when you click it back, it raises the unit only 6 inches off the ground. So you know you're off the ground, but you're also not fully extended a couple feet off the ground. So when you get going and you push it back down to go into the ground, it doesn't take as long to get working dirt again because you're only up 6 inches. And I say that because our unit at home, I always constantly holding up while I'm turning, making sure that I'm not hurting the gang by not having it off the ground enough. And then by the time I'm ready to go, my machine's way up there and it takes some time to get all the way back into the ground. While we have this unit, I'm gonna run it across this end row. There's a lot of wet spots, and if we're gonna get through them, it's gonna be with a 9RX. And it worries me though, because if you bury a 9RX, it's a lot harder to get out than a smaller 9230. So wish me luck. I'm gonna be puckering. Out in the middle of it. Nowhere to turn. Fence on the left, more wet on the right. Then I'd be forever named at the local C&B, that moron that got stuck with a demo. going back over a little bit of stuff we already hit, because somebody forgot to hit the auto steer button. Just started drifting through the field. You guys won't believe this. It's about 1:30, and you know how I don't miss lunch? Well, I finally just thought about it. I've been having so much fun, I didn't even think about lunch today. And if that doesn't tell you how much I love running fancy John Deere equipment, then I don't know what will. Right now, Dad and Jeff are sorting some critters. They're grabbing the last out of that big pen that haven't calved. We don't have enough pasture for all the critters we're currently calving, and we have enough to fill everything. So we're probably gonna end up not selling some pairs. So Dad and Jeff are chasing the ones up one by one, I assume, that haven't calved yet, putting them in a different pen, and hopefully we'll be getting rid of those somewhat soon. Quit eating our $7 corn. This says we're getting about 63 acres done an hour. Give me another hour, we'll be done. I think the fun's over for the day. Well guys, take a good look. It's been fun. Been a good time. Well, I guess I'll grab some lunch, and then the old gal, she's ready to go. We can head back and finish that up. I want to say thank you to all the people that made that happen. That machine worked great. All the adjustments, awesome. I'm hungry. I need to get some food in me. Dad and Jeff only have a couple more critters to grab. Right now we're grabbing 743, I think. Oh, he says I don't want them. Come on, Jeff. Come on, the gate's right there. I hope you're not mad at me, 9230. I was thinking about you the whole time. It was just different. All right, let's boot, scoot, and boogie. I was wondering why the steering was so much harder, but then I remembered that other one had like the smoothest steering that I've ever experienced. But now we're back to reality. Don't get me wrong, 9230. That's still a dang good machine. A little less glamorous, but it's still fun. Biggest difference I notice is how bumpy it is. And also when I look back, we don't got 43 foot. We got about 30 foot. We are getting close to the corner. Start getting the shorter rows, and I do have some more that I didn't do at that end. So it'll probably be about an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours, and we'll be done with tillage for 2021. That's not just a rock, that's a boulder. Pioneers used to ride those babies for miles. And there it is. Everybody, the end of tillage, unless something bad happens. But we won't talk about that. I think we tilled probably 99.9% of our acres. Very few were wet. So there's good and bad there. We'll get everything planted, but it means we're a little on the dry side. They weren't just saying we got a 50-50 shot for tomorrow. I wish that was 100. And then later this week, there's also a couple more smaller chances. Although the tillage and the tillage machine are done for the spring, the big beauty's still got a big job left, which you'll be finding out real soon. Whoop. Same time tomorrow, rascal. Look at this guy. What do you eat? Dakota Gold Pro pellets? Imagine that guy getting fitted for a dress shirt. It's like a whole tree right there. It's like a tree trunk. A lot of beef. That's what's for dinner. And if you're getting confused as to why I'm still farming and I haven't had knee surgery yet, time you're seeing this video, I have had knee surgery, but we just made a lot of content because it's planting season. We got a lot going on, so we got some videos stored up. Hope that doesn't disappoint you that some of these videos are a little bit older, couple weeks. but I am currently laying on the couch and being a pile of turds. One last job of the day. Got 2 of my heifers left to calve. We don't think they're bagging up, and they're getting kind of later. 2 of my heifers to chase up, in with the rest of the cows that haven't calved yet. How about that clay job that we did last winter? Looks pretty good now.
Yeah, it's good when it don't rain. There's our rain coming on the other side of that there tree there.
I don't see it.
You got to use
Imagination. That don't work when it comes to rain. It looks like that tillage machine did something. Don't really see the ruts in there anymore. That's at that gang angle 12 degrees. I was actually getting kind of worried about that because there's super big ruts in there and I knew our tillage machine wasn't going to handle it. So all in all, it was a good day. Got some stuff figured out with cows. Ran a sweet 9RX John Deere. Finished tillage. So hope you enjoyed watching. We hope to see you next time. Have a good one.
What?
Have a good one.
Oh, we leaving? Okay, bye.
What's... Huh? Dad, this guy's speaking Dutch. I can't understand him.
I know a little Dutch.
Okay.
Let me talk to him. Stroopwafel. That's all I got to say about that.